So now, bringing back to the first point, what I noticed when I let myself go and just that's where you get in the Bible. You let go and let God. Well, let me tell you what that really means. So let go and let God, they're really talking about let go of all of this intellectual deep shit that you think you're doing. And let the God come out in you God. You got the God force, that God power. That ain't God because you're melanin or whatever. Because you can have a melanin and be a fucking human. And half you niggas still are. Melanin, chakras, pineals, kundalini, all the good shit, and be a fucking human. You can have a race car in your garage, but only drive it to the Quickie Mart. And that don't make you a race car driver. Until you're using it on the racetrack, then you can be calling yourself a race car. Until you have a motherfucking race in that car. And you got a car, but that don't mean you racing it. So you got melanin, kundalini, pineal. That don't mean you using it. The God is a mindset. And that mindset is beyond human. That's why you understand the mind of God. If you think like a human, that's what that means. If you think like a human, you won't understand the mind of God. Like half your friends don't understand you right now. You said, I try to explain, Patty, they just don't get it. They don't understand the mind of God. You have the mind of God because it's your thinking that makes you God. God is a frequency. And here's the news. That's not the end game. The God frequency is just the highest thought in this reality. They have codes for higher thoughts. Those are called chaos beings, which all forms of creation or potential creation, that's called potential energy. That energy can become anything. Creative energy is already spent energy. It's energy that already has a definition. A cat, a rose, a hat, a dog, a flea, a tick. Those are creative energies that already have a designation, either kinetic or actually spent energy. Potential energy is like electricity. It can become any appliance that you plug into. We are chaos beings. Our melanin is the substance of chaos beings that have not only a reality in here as physical and spiritual, but a reality in the ancient world. It is the primordial substance that dominates all substances. But it needs to be spiritualized with your thoughts, and you have not done that because you think like a human. You think about your job and how to win. You don't think, and you do have to do that, but you don't put that in this small category. So when you let God out, these things will start to, these minor things called your job, your mortgage, your rent, your kids, the police, taxes, court, and all the rest of that shit becomes a small thing. Because in your mind, you think it's your greatest challenge on planet Earth. It is. But your real greatest challenge is to get in touch with your divinity. So you have to lose yourself in all of these symbols, all of these deities, all of these mythologies, all of these lectures. Figure out how to fucking heal yourself with peach soda. You have to do all of these things to start actually having a one-on-one conversation with who and what you are as a motherfucking God. You need to understand this, because once you understand this or have this understanding, all the other shit you've been sitting around reading about, watching fucking YouTube about will actually come online as actuality to you, actual hands-on experience to you, not theories that your pride holds on to because you're the black man or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself, or you the queen goddess woman. That's a nice fucking title, but you're not living up to it with a human mentality. God, force, power, or the God head, as they call it, means you're run by a different system in your knowing, not in your thinking, in your knowing. You know thyself, know enough to become, all God is a creator. So to be God down here, you have to be master creator of your reality, not the creator of a rose and a dove, that shit you learned in the Bible, a swallow. That ain't got nothing to do with it. It's talking about to be creating the reality that you want. God is a motherfucking magician. Mm-hmm. Magic is what God is. So I am God, therefore I am magic. You understand? Because I create what I want. I create my home. I create the people around me. I create my emotion around me. I create the women around me. I created the one woman that's my soulmate to make the connection with me. I get what I want because I step up and have convinced myself of what I am and what I need to be. Therefore, on the top of my crown is God 7. I mastered earth. And if I walk out the street tomorrow and a piano drop on my motherfucking head, you best believe I'm the one that said, Maestro, let the music play. You best believe I'm that. So you say, oh, Panic was magical. A piano dropped on his head. Good. Now I go back to my throne while you sit around and wonder if your ass is going to get beat by a white police officer. But my hands up, don't shoot. You can have all of that. If you die and how you die and however it comes, you're going to die. This is not forever. Just because you eat vegetables, don't fool yourself. You're going to. The 100-year-old vegetarian, I've never met him. You're going to. And that's because you have to go. You're supposed to go. You're designed to go. You're not here forever. So however you take that leave is how you chose it, whether you're aware of it or not, because you made these choices before you got here. Because if you're saying you didn't make these choices, if you're saying someone put you here and you just was born by your parents' will, then you have to. Then I have to ask you, God or Goddess, well, who was it? Shit, we getting a whole bunch. Karma, I'm getting in trouble for karma. Well, who's controlling it? That's over you. That you can't supersede if you're God. That's why white people run around and do what they do. Because if they don't believe nothing's bad, nothing's bad. Karma has nothing to do, karma has nothing to do with good or bad. Karma has everything to do with cause and effect. So if you believe that cause or that effect is bad, then by golly it would be. But it will not be based upon your thoughts. So if I don't have a human reality of good, bad, good and evil, good and bad, and all the rest of that crap, then that doesn't matter. Now I'm a black man. I have a good heart. I have compassion. So I see compassion, and I understand human compassion, and I'm sensitive to humans who need that compassion, you understand, in situations. But what's going on in my heart, because I moved beyond that, because I evolved into the God mind. And let me say this, if you think you're catching a hint of arrogance from me right now, number one, I should be. And number two, where I can humbly say I spent at least 10 years trying to show you how to do the same thing. See, I don't walk around, I could do this too bad from you. I'm from Saturn and you're from Africa, or wherever the fuck you say you're from Mu. I don't do that. I'm trying to show you, and all of this ranting and all this excitement is that it's right at your fingertips. You could do everything I could do and better. That's a Jesus line, and that's what it means. A true teacher is supposed to let you know if there's no limit to this. Because that's really what that statement is saying. There is no limit. So I'm saying whatever I'm did, no matter what it looks like to anybody, there's no limit. So how can I, knowing there's no limit, not say to you, the potential for what you could do is even greater? Creativity is the foundation of God. God is a creator. That's what we started talking about. To be a God, you have to be a creator. Black men and black women have proved they are ultimate creators, even in our ignorance. Creativity is the foundation of your existence here. Once you stop creating, you're a dead man. So the more you have to ask, should I do this and could I do that? You're dead. You're coming to me with dead conversations. You have to exercise that part of you that created, because ironically, when you die and you have no body, you have no intellect to speak of, you don't have to ration or reason down here. Guess what you have, and guess all that you have. And all that you have is your currency. This is your currency. This is how you create your entire living condition, your heaven or your hell. And that's what your creative thought. So if you're not exercising it down here or even understanding it down here, you are dying. You are creating a one-way ticket to coming back here to figure that out, my niggas. So all you niggas, oh, I'm never coming back, I'm never doing that. Saying it is step one. But step two is creating at least the understanding. And here's the thing, not even trying to do the things, because the things are natural. Every one of you here who was a kid was master creators. You had invisible friends. You had inanimate objects from Star Wars, Ninja Turtles, your dolls, Holly Hobby, Baby Alive, that you absolutely not believed or not thought, listen to the word I'm saying, knew that they were alive. You knew that your teddy bears, all of these, your invisible friends, that they were there. They were just as real as as your mother or father standing next to you. But somewhere along the line, it became child's play. So it's not like you have to figure out something as much as you have to rediscover what you are. Because when you were a child, you just came from that place. And what we call childish is actually real. How you made houses out, you put your bed sheet hanging over the top bunk that enclosed the bottom bunk. Then you go in there and it's the fort now. How you took boxes and made the fort. Me and Dane found so many fucking clubhouses and so many trees that we used to sit up in that motherfucking fantasize just about where we was. We on the island, kid. Let's go through the gateway. Remember across from 111, we opened the side door. There was a whole alley, and we said, this is our motherfucking clubhouse, nigga. We used to just climb the roofs and just have an adventure. We used to play with our sisters, but called spy. We used to chase each other around the hood, hide and play spy. Everybody knew where everybody was the fuck at. We had so many creative games. If I said, Dane, let's play a game of spy with our brothers and sisters now, we go, this is the most stupidest thing we could ever think of. But it was actually the most advanced thing for where you're from and where you're going back to. So as an adult, with your adult situations and you cultivating creativity, you're actually prepping yourself for worlds to come. Without no body, without no human brain, you don't have reasoning, rationing, and intellect. It don't exist. What do you have? The will of your mind. The mind is all, the universe is mental. And the will of your mind, how do you create? You create with, listen to the word. Create is the word. Creativity. It's the same word. Your creativity is how you create. And don't they say God is the creator? So how the fuck you saying God and you don't even have a creative mind? So now, bringing back to the first point, what I noticed when I let myself go and just that's where you get in the Bible. You let go and let God. Well, let me tell you what that really means. So let go and let God, they're really talking about let go of all of this intellectual deep shit that you think you're doing. And let the God come out in you. You God. You got the God force, that God power. That ain't God because you're melanin or whatever. Because you can have a melanin and be a fucking human.